Hey everyone, this is Sabrina. Welcome back to my channel. I'm excited to do another Project Life video. I know I didn't have one last week, so I appreciate your patience. Summer is just crazy. But this particular Project Life spread, I'm using Ali Edwards, my Stories by the Month June stash, and I'm focusing on mainly like two colors. I want to say it's like a blue and a peach color, and I'm very excited for this spread. It just came together so awesomely and I just love it. And I will have a 6x12 insert because I had so many photos for this particular week. It was actually, I was looking at these photos and I was trying to decide, would these go into a summer album? Are they summer stories or are they everyday stories? And it actually was mostly everyday stories. So that's why I was like, okay, I am making a 6x12 insert. I have several chipboard pieces that I am going to use up, and I have some journaling cards that I actually cut to 3x3, and I also have those speech bubbles pulled out. That way I can use those because I'm going to add some stamping to the 4x6 card and also that 3x3 card up in the top left corner. I am going to adhere down June vibes to that photo of me carrying everything. I don't know, as a parent, I just wind up carrying everything. Leave a comment and let me know if that happens to you. But I feel like a pack mule. That's been the running joke. It doesn't matter that my kids are 13 and 8, but I carry everything. To the mirror photo, I put, yep, just thankful. That is a totally blurry, dirty mirror selfie, but I loved that photo, so I just added it. Why not? It is our Project Life and it is real life, right? I added a little moment to that cloud photo because I actually went across the street to get my son's ball and I noticed the clouds and my kids playing and it was the best. So I had to get a photo of that. I pulled off those speech bubbles and am kind of placing the different stamps. That way I can figure out what is going to fit on what speech bubble. I have a ton of different stamps that I pulled from. I have some week in the life stamp sets and stories by the month, and I think even a day in the life stamp set. So I stamp the days look like this on that kind of pink coral. I don't know what color it is, but it says the days look like this. And then I take a day in the life stamp set, I think, that says details. And below that, I'm going to put bring on the beauty, which is a stories by the month stamp set. I also noticed that this and that will fit on the kind of orange peachy speech bubble. So I was really excited about that. The only thing is that I was like really hesitant to put it down because I wanted to make sure the placement was exact. And then by that point, the ink was kind of dried up, I think. So I went ahead and stamped it a second time. And then I put that on the bottom of the speech bubble and just used a piece of scratch paper to help make sure that nothing got on the speech bubble that I didn't want. So my idea for this 4x6 card is to keep it very simple. I have the vertical bubble and then another one that says counting all the good stuff that I stamped twice, and then a chipboard that says June looks like this. But I have a new week in the life stamp set with a bunch of script phrases, and I've used it before, I think, in a different Project Life video or spread, and it says this is us, and I thought that would be a perfect title piece for that 4x6 card. So I'm going to go ahead, move up the chipboard, and then stamp this is us. I took the other two speech bubbles and I adhere them on that 3x3 card and just trimmed off the little sections that were hanging off. I liked the idea of them hanging off. The details, I decided to stamp on a second bring on the beauty because it fit, and that way you could see the full phrase because one of them was cut off. Okay, so now I am assembling this 4x6 card, and I'm going to stamp this is us. Love these large phrases. They are just so good for so many purposes, and I will actually be using another script phrase on my 6x12 insert. I add my chipboard that says June looks like this. Now I have those cards done, the Stampy cards, and I'm just going to add the week to this June circle card, which I'm so proud of myself, because if you guys have been around here for a while, you know that I'm always joking and talking about how I forget to add the weekly number, but I didn't this time, so I'm so proud of myself. Week 24. I am going to now write out the stories for This Happened and capturing and documenting June. Then I'll bring everything back, show you kind of how the spread looks like, and then I will make the 6x12 insert. So for the 2 journaling cards, I will be mainly using the stories that the stories from the main spread that I have. So the first one I am doing is capturing, and I put enjoying the wild bedtime shenanigans, because like I said, doesn't matter how old they are, they're still wild bedtime shenanigans. I also had afternoon tea and crumpets, basically, with my son. He asked me if he could use shot glasses for his drink for afternoon snack, and that is the photo of him in the bottom right with his pinky up in the air and using a shot glass. And I actually asked a British friend, I'm like, is this offensive? And she said no, it's actually quite funny, and to me it was hilarious. So he had muffins and tea in shot glasses, so that works. And for This Happened, I put my son did his first volunteer shift at the community center where he works like at the summer camp. And I talked about how I carry all the stuff all these years. And I talked about how we have family dinners and there was an epic battle of Connect 4. So I used both journaling cards to kind of prompt my journaling, bringing it all back together so I can kind of show you guys and myself how it looks, and I'm loving it. And now I get to build the 6x12 insert. I had some pretty awesome photos from my son and husband who actually took these photos so that way I could have them for the scrapbook. So I took a piece of cardstock, cut it in half, and then I'm going to hole punch it. That way I know where the holes are and the placement for my son and husband, their selfie. They actually took a selfie and they sent it to me, and I was just flabbergasted, gobsmacked. Those are great words. Because I just wasn't expecting it. I asked them, but it doesn't mean that I expect, a selfie. But they're doing it more now lately, and it's just so awesome. So I took that main photo of them 4x6, and I'll just put it on the bottom, and then tilt the photo of my son in front of the movie poster. Add a chipboard that was perfect because it said making time for more fun. Also going to stamp delights above that to kind of kick off my journaling, where I just talk about how my son and husband, they like to have a little bit of time together in the evening, and they've been watching all kinds of great older movies, and one of them was Top Gun. And so when they got done watching that, they decided to go see Maverick, and they went to a place where you could order like a dinner. So it was like dinner and a movie. It's called Studio Movie Girl. I don't know if you guys have one of those, but they went there and had the whole experience, and then they sent me photos. It was so cool. I loved it. So on the back, I am doing something very similar to another 6x12 insert that I did in April, where I just took the photos really small, 1.75 square inches, and I just line them up in a row, and at the bottom I will just write a little blurb about each of them. So I am stacking them, and I wind up with one little section that there's no photo. I thought about putting a sticker there that says summer state of mind, but then I saw the stamp that said June looks like this, so I'm going to go ahead and move that sticker in a little bit and then put in June looks like this. So I'd love to know, you guys, in the comment section, how is your project life going? Are you guys enjoying it? Are you feeling like you're quote unquote behind? How's it going for you? I'd love to know. I have done Project Life since I was pregnant with my son, so 2009, and so we have so many albums. I'm considering 6x8 for next year and focusing more on stories and just documenting whatever, but I haven't thought that far. I don't know. What do you guys think? So this is where I have stamped the June looks like this, and I added a green sticker at the bottom that says this month, and another one of those great script words that says our adventure. And below that, I will just list out bullet point form what each of the pictures are from this like 2 rows of pictures. So like at the top, I have my daughter standing in front of the driveway. She and my son, both of them, they did messages for dad for Father's Day. My daughter, that picture of her reading that book, she waited so long for this book to get in from the library. We kept saying it got stuck in the system. And so right before karate started, she had to start the book and read it. My husband took a photo of all the groceries that he bought, and there was Stranger Things came out, also a great family movie called Chicken Hair, and my son took some selfies and sent them to me. I'm like, it was crazy. It's crazy the things that happen sometimes. And then my daughter was playing with her play food that I found. I love how summer is just a time for revisiting old toys. It's the best. And then the top photo was a photo from a hike. So now I'm going to bring everything back into the album and kind of show you how it looks. And I just love it. I love how it came together. I love just focusing on just a few colors. That always works better for me, I think, when I focus on just a few colors instead of a ton of colors. Unless there's a ton of colors in the spread already. But I've said it before, it works so much better when I just figure out my photos and then pull from my stash for that. So there you go. This is this whole spread showing you the insert, and I absolutely love it. I'd love a thumbs up or a subscribe too if you're new to my channel. Have a great day. Bye.